It's 2026 and Nigeria is not just borrowing. Nigeria is straining under the weight of its own decisions. As of late 2025, Nigeria's total public debt stood at over 153 trillion naira, roughly $100 billion, and projections suggest it is pushing closer to 180 to 200 trillion naira in 2026 if deficit financing continues at this pace. But the danger alone is not, the number alone is not the danger. The danger is what it is doing to us. Between January and July last year, the federal government generated roughly 13.7 trillion naira in revenue and spent about 9.8 trillion naira servicing debt. That's nearly 72% of what we earned gone. Before a classroom is renovated, before a hospital is equipped, before power improves, before insecurity is tackled, creditors are paid first. Yes, that's 72%. This is not development, this is fiscal suffocation, and the pressure is tightening. External debt now accounts for tens of trillions of naira. Every time the exchange rate weakens, the burden explodes in local currency terms. Naira has lost massive value in just years, means repayment costs multiply without us borrowing a single new dollar. In simple terms, the weaker the naira, the heavier the debt. By projections for 2026, nearly half of federal revenue could be consumed by debt servicing alone. Half! That means the Nigerian government is working primarily to service yesterday's loans, not to build tomorrow's prosperity, and yet borrowing continues. Let's be honest with ourselves. Debt is not evil. Countries borrow, but there is a difference between borrowing to build rail lines, power plants, refineries, and industrial zones, and borrowing to fund bloated overheads, duplication of agencies, and political excess. When you borrow to consume, you are mortgaging the future to survive the present. Nigeria's revenue to GDP ratio remains in single digits, among the lowest globally. But are we generating enough income as a nation? Oil production is volatile. Non-oil revenue is weak. Tax compliance remains shallow. Waste remains entrenched, so we borrow to fill the gap. But the truth is cold. When most of your income goes to debt service, you're not governing freely. You're managing obligations. When debt crowds out health, education inequality deepens. And when capital expenditure shrinks, jobs disappear. When interest payments rise, hope declines. We have escaped debt traps before. In 2005, bold reforms and discipline secured historic relief and reset the books. That proves it can be done. But discipline alone is not a one-time miracle. It's a habit. And in 2026, that habit is missing. Do we continue borrowing in a hostile global financial climate, risking a future where creditors shape our budgets? Or do we confront waste, broaden the tax base fairly, privatize deadweight enterprises, and ensure every borrowed naira expands productivity? It's about sovereignty, it's about generational justice, it's about whether Nigeria finances its future or finances its decline. The cliff is visible, the numbers are clear. Good morning, Nigerians.